welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is day 2 of Kelsey's gift guide. So today we are making something else. If you didn't see yesterday, we made a small crocheted cowl neck scarf. Super cute, super easy. So if you didn't see that, I'll link that above and make sure to check that out. But today we're gonna make little ring dishes or jewelry bowls or just something to toss your keys into, that kind of a thing. So I have this little guy. I made this maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and this just lives in my kitchen on my windowsill over here, and I put my rings in it, and if I'm doing dishes or something, I'll take my rings off and put it in there so I'm not getting things gross, you know, or I don't lose them. So that's what we're doing today. All you're gonna need is some clay as well as some molds. So I'm using a variety of clay. I have some white clay, which it's oven baked clay. You can buy this at Michael's, Joann's, any kind of those places. So I have white. I also have a matte gray color. I have a sparkly silver, as well as black. So I'm going to kind of make a variation, add all of those together. And then I also have some molds. So for a small, the little ring bowl I made, I baked it into this little dipping jar. And then if you wanted to make something a little bit larger, maybe something to put your keys or other jewelry in, I'm gonna make one in this normal size bowl. To start, you do wanna turn your oven on. So you wanna follow the directions on the package. Bake at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch. So ours are gonna be pretty thin, so I just kind of typically go for 15 minutes and then kind of play it by ear. If it looks like it's not firmed up enough, then we'll add a little bit more time. But I'm gonna turn my oven on to 275 degrees. Oh, you're also going to need a rolling pin of some sorts. So to get started, I'm just gonna separate some pieces of clay. I'm gonna actually cut some pieces off. So I actually have little bits that have already been used, not the new packages. So I'm just gonna take some white, which you're gonna need the most white. So this is my white block here. Then I have a glittery silver color, a matte gray, as well as a matte black. So you're gonna use the most white and then just a little bit, and especially since we're using 2 grays, I'm just gonna use a little bit of each, and then I'm gonna use even less black. I want a lighter marble, so I want more of a white kind of marble and less lots of gray colors. And I'm just gonna roll these into long ropes. So each color is gonna have a rope, starting with the white. I'm just gonna start to kind of form this into a rope. All right, so then we're just gonna roll it out to a piece that is maybe about 2 feet long or so. We're gonna leave that for our white rope. Then we're gonna move on to our next color, which is the silvery, shiny color. But we're gonna roll this out and try and get it to that same length as the white rope. So it's gonna be pretty skinny, as you can imagine. All right, so that's about the same length as the white one. Now moving on to the next one. Just about. And finally, the black. All right, so now that we have the 3 lengths, I'm going to just kind of combine them all. And then I'm just gonna spin them a little bit so it kind of makes a little swirly. So after you've kind of swirled them all together, you're gonna make like one smooth rope. So you're gonna really roll them all together so it's like one piece. And we're gonna fold it in half, swirl it, and do that again. Now you can see where if you had a ton of like gray and black in here, that it would just kind of start taking over. We're just gonna keep doing this a few more times until the colors really start getting incorporated. This is what's gonna give it that like marbleized finish. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half again. You don't want to overdo it though, because then it'll just be like one color once you work with it for too long. So at this point, I am going to just make a little like snail looking thing with it. Swirl it all into one little piece. So it's like a little cinnamon bun. And then you're just gonna kind of squish it together and form it into a ball or like a little square kind of thing. And then at this point, you're just gonna pick whatever side you think looks the coolest. So, I don't know what side I wanna go with. Because whatever side you pick is gonna be the top or like the inside of your bowl, what you're gonna see. Okay. I think I might go with this side. It's kind of got some cool white with like a black streak and some like glittery going through it. So I'm just gonna set that down on the table, smush it a little bit, and then go to work with my rolling pin. And then at this point you can kind of get, it's kind of fun to like stretch out the pattern a little bit because you can kind of control what it looks like. I think I chose a good side. You do want to get it pretty even around though, because it'll bake evenly then. Now we do need something to cut out our circle, so you can either try and do this by hand. You can use like a cookie cutter if you have it. I don't have a cookie cutter and I don't trust myself to do this by hand. So I'm gonna grab like a cup or something that's gonna be kind of the size I'm looking for. I'm gonna use the lid off this jar of coconut oil, and I'm just gonna kind of pick the spot that I think is the coolest. I'm gonna go right over here and then push it down. And then it didn't cut through all the way, so I'm just gonna use my knife very gently on here to kind of cut through the edges but not ruin my countertop. Now carefully peel it off the counter, and then you're gonna notice there's kind of like some rough edges around the edge. Like the edges aren't super soft or like precise. So I just kind of go around and with my hands kind of like smooth it out. Try and get rid of any like knife marks or like weird spots on it. So this was the side that I originally picked. Let's see what the back looks like. Whoa, whoa. I might use the back. That's pretty cool. So you never really know what the back looks like until you pick it up and flip it over. So I'm gonna use the back because that looks freaking awesome. Now, since I'm kind of going for almost like more of like a plate shape, I don't want it like a bowl, I am going to place it into this bowl. I'm kind of pushing down the middle a little bit. And then that is what it looks like. I am going to roll out another one and make one that's gonna be a little bit bigger than this. Okay, so I have my large one, which turned out a little bit bigger than I thought. And then the one that I had showed you, so I'm gonna pop these onto a baking tray, and then my oven is at 275 degrees, and we're gonna pop these in for 15 minutes and see how it goes. So I did let them bake, and I actually gave them about 19 minutes-ish. They just seemed like they just needed a little bit longer, and then I've taken them out. They've been cooling for about half an hour or so. So I'm gonna grab them and then try and get them out of the bowls. So we'll start with this first little guy. So you should just need like a little tap on the back of the bowl to get it out. Let's see. I think I got it kind of sealed on the bottom. Okay. So I just pried it out, like not hard. I just kind of lifted up one of the edges and it just popped out. So this is the first guy. This was kind of the hope. This was kind of like my hope for it. It's almost more like a plate than like a bowl. So it's kind of flat. It's got a little bit of a lip on it, but not much. But that's so cute. Same thing. I wanted more of like a plate than a bowl. And it's so cute. So my edges, it did not turn out perfect this time, but if you were like really a perfectionist, you could probably take some sandpaper and like rub the edges down. I have seen other tutorials where people will like paint the edges like silver or like gold or something to make it kind of shiny. But I just like it as is. You could put like some Mod Podge on it to kind of seal it off. But I haven't had any issues in the past with them like keeping their shape or anything like that. And so I just like to leave them as is. I think they look really cool, like not shiny, like they're just like matte. And I think they're really fun. And so super cute. You could just toss like your keys in it, your jewelry. I think they're really cute. Really enjoy them. I think they'd make a super cute little gift. Even together, you could kind of like tie them up with a little ribbon, and then it's like a super cute little gift for someone to use on their vanity or in the kitchen, like I said, or in the bathroom, anywhere. This has been like my go-to gift for people that have been getting married. So like any of my girlfriends that have gotten married, I love giving them little ring dishes because I feel like that's like the most usable but like still cutesy kind of gift that you can get, because you're gonna have to put your ring somewhere. And so I love giving little gifts like this. I think they're super fun, really cute, and super easy to do and very inexpensive. Again, I do want to mention that I first saw, well, I've seen this like general idea a lot of places. I feel like I've seen it on A Beautiful Mess, their blog, like a long time ago. And you can just search on Pinterest for like clay marbleized bowls, and there's gonna be a bajillion things that come up. But I think the reason I finally tried it was because of the Sorry Girls here on YouTube. They have a website and Instagram as well, but they do some phenomenal things. I'll make sure to link their channel down below. They made little bowls, I think it might have been 2 Christmases ago, as like a DIY last minute gift kind of a thing. But since then I've made so many of these. I think they're so fun, super cute. Like I said, really affordable, and just like such a great little gift to give to someone. It's kind of personal, but it's not like overly personal. You could toss in like a candle or like bath stuff with it, whether it's like some soap and that kind of thing, and make a cute little gift basket, or just as is. It's just super fun. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to and you haven't already, subscribe down below. I would love to have you around. And tomorrow is day 3 of Kelsey's Gift Guide week. So if you want to see what we're doing tomorrow, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys!